The storm hit at exactly 3:17 a.m., the kind that rattled window panes and made the earth feel like it was humming with fury. But it wasn't the thunder that woke Callum Reeves. It was the silence in the bed beside him, the cold, empty space where his wife should have been, and the note on the kitchen counter, written in the handwriting he knew better than his own, that said just 7 words: "I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore." The Reeves family lived in a small lakeside town called Holden Falls, nestled in the pine-covered hills of northern Vermont. Life was never luxurious, but it was full. Callum worked maintenance for the local high school and picked up odd construction jobs on weekends. His wife, Elise, had once been a bright presenter painter, a dreamer, but something had changed. They had 5 kids: Rowan 14, the eldest, quiet and fiercely loyal; Sina 12, the sharp-tongued middle child with a soft core; Elliot 9, and Rhea 7, the twins in spirit, if not in age, always whispering secrets and building worlds in their heads. June 3, the baby, still learning to say family without stumbling. Callum's life was never perfect, but it made sense. Until that morning, there were no signs, no arguments, no slammed doors or late-night silences. Elise was just gone. She left behind a note, an unfinished cup of tea, and 5 confused children. Rowan found the mug first, still warm. Sina asked the question Callum dreaded. Did we make her leave? He lied. Of course he lied. She's just taking some time. She'll be back. But Elise didn't come back. Callum filed a missing persons report, then withdrew it. The police weren't helpful. Elise was an adult, and adults could leave if they wanted to. There was no note of foul play, no calls, no cards, just a vanishing act. Childcare was a luxury Callum couldn't afford. He had to quit one of his 2 jobs, construction, which paid more but demanded long hours. With no backup, no family nearby, and 5 kids to feed, he began to unravel. Dinners were burned, backpacks left unpacked, appointments missed. June fell off a swing and split her lip open. Callum arrived at the ER with blood on his shirt and desperation in his voice. The nurse asked, "Is your wife on the way?" He just stared at her. The loneliness crept in slowly, like rot behind drywall. He'd lie awake at night staring at the ceiling, hearing June's breathing and Rhea's soft murmurs from the next room. He counted bills instead of sheep. He worried about cavities, about growing feet needing new shoes, about Rowan staying up too late helping Sina with math homework. Still, he refused to fall apart. Every morning, Callum woke up at 5 o'clock a.m. and poured coffee into a chipped mug Elise used to love. He stopped seeing her in it. Instead, it became a symbol not of loss, but of resolve. He kept the household afloat through sheer willpower. Rowan became his right hand too quickly, too young. Sina handled the emotional messes, always there with a sarcastic comment to break the tension. Elliot and Rhea became each other's constant. And June, well, June learned to grow without a mother's lullaby. Harper, his supervisor at the school, offered what help he could: a box of groceries once a month, paid time off that wasn't really paid. Callum accepted without pride, without shame. Callum would sometimes stare at old photos, Elise smiling with a brush in her hand, paint on her cheek. She had loved once. He believed that. But whatever battle she'd been fighting, she fought alone. She'd said once, "This life, it feels like a weight I can't lift." He'd laughed it off, kissed her forehead. If he had listened better, could he have saved her from herself? The question haunted him. There were victories, small and quiet. Sina got a B+ in science after weeks of struggling. Rowan finally made the soccer team. Elliot built a birdhouse that didn't fall apart. June said thank you without prompting. Callum learned how to braid hair. He learned that hugs could stop panic attacks. He learned that sometimes love was showing up, not knowing what to do, but doing it anyway. One snowy evening, as they all gathered around a pot of overcooked spaghetti, Sina said, "You're doing okay, Dad." He believed her. 10 years passed, a decade. Callum never dated, never brought anyone home. Every time the kids asked about their mother, he'd deflect gently. Then, one Thursday, everything changed again. He came home late, The usual routine. Boots off, meal pile on the table, dinner almost ready. And there, tucked between a utility bill and a school fundraiser, was an envelope. No return address, just his name. But the handwriting, he knew it instantly. Elise. He froze. The kitchen noise faded. The air around him thickened. He didn't open it. Not that day. Not for many days. That night, Callum sat alone in his room, the envelope still sealed. Rowan walked past his door and stopped. "Everything okay?" they asked. He nodded, though nothing about him said yes. Then, softly, someone from the past might be trying to come back. Rowan stared at the envelope. "Do we get a say?" Callum met their gaze. "Yes, this time, you do." The first real test of a parent isn't perfection, it's presence. Callum's story reminds us that sometimes the bravest thing we can do is keep going. To pour the coffee, to braid the hair, to stay when it's easier to run. Love isn't loud. Sometimes it just shows up day after day, silently holding everything together. The days that followed always began the same. Stillness before sunrise, the hush of sleepy breath, and the soft scrape of Elijah's boots across the kitchen floor. He was up before anyone else, as usual, brewing the same bitter pot of coffee he never had time to finish. The mornings belonged to routine lunches packed, shoes tied, giggles and groans, and Elijah found comfort in that controlled chaos. But the letter on the table disrupted everything. Asterisk, asterisk, it sat there like a ghost. Asterisk, asterisk, no return address. Just a name he hadn't spoken aloud in years. Asterisk, asterisk, Rowan. Asterisk, asterisk, his wife. The woman who had vanished 10 years ago, leaving behind a marriage, 5 children, and a note that said, asterisk, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Asterisk, he hadn't opened the letter yet. Couldn't, not with the scent of pancakes in the air and Layla fighting Ezra for the last scoop of yogurt. Not when he heard Levi's laughter bouncing off the hallway walls. That letter didn't belong in this world, the one he had carved with blistered hands and aching bones. It belonged to another life, one that had ended the morning Rowan walked out without a word. Elijah sat at the kitchen table, the letter still unopened, just within reach. He held a pencil in one hand and Ezra's math homework in the other. But his mind was stuck somewhere between fear and fury. Dad, it was Eva, his eldest. She was tall now, shoulders square, voice steady. There's something off. You've been quiet. Elijah glanced up and forced a smile. Just tired. Eva stared at the envelope on the counter. That's from her, isn't it? He didn't answer. He didn't have to. Levi was next to speak. Is she coming back? That question struck deeper than any paper cut ever could. He picked up the letter. I don't know. I haven't read it. Then maybe don't, Ava said, arms folded. We've done just fine without her. But Elijah knew better. They had survived, yes, but asterisk thrived asterisk. That was a more complicated truth. Elijah's job at the Riverbend Steelworks was simple but demanding. Welding, lifting, coordinating teams. It was work that paid the bills and left him sore in all the right places. But that Wednesday, his supervisor Rick called him into the site trailer. You're the best we've got, Rick said without preamble. And we want to promote you. Site manager, higher pay, health insurance perks, a bigger say in the company. Elijah blinked. It was everything he'd hoped for during late-night worry sessions, when Ezra's cough wouldn't stop or Layla's shoes didn't fit anymore. It was the dream, but Rick wasn't done. It'll mean longer hours, weekend meetings, even some overnight site inspections. Think it over. That night, Elijah sat across from Ava at the kitchen table. They want to promote me, he said, careful not to sound excited. Ava's expression was unreadable. And what does that mean for us? He sighed. It means I'd be found less. Ava nodded slowly. Then maybe you shouldn't take it. She didn't say it angrily. She didn't have to. The weight behind her words told him she wasn't just thinking of herself, she was thinking of everyone. He finally read it. At 2:47 a.m., with everyone asleep and the world hushed, Elijah sat in his study and opened the envelope. Asterisk Elijah. Asterisk, asterisk, I know I don't deserve to be heard. not after what I did, but I've changed. I've been through therapy. I found my faith again. I understand now how wrong I was. Asterisk. Asterisk, I want to see them Aver, Levi, Ezra, Layla, Noah. I want to be part of their lives again. I want to try. Asterisk. Asterisk, if you can forgive me, maybe they can too. Asterisk, Rowan, his hands shook. 10 years, 10 Christmases, 10 birthdays and scraped knees and heartbreaks. And now she wanted back in. Not once did she ask what her absence had cost. Not once did she acknowledge the tears, the fears, the nights of stomach cramps from stress. She just said she'd asterisk changed. Asterisk. That morning, Elijah stayed home a little longer. The kids left for school one by one, except Aver. She lingered. You opened it, didn't you? She asked. Yes, and she says she's sorry, says she's changed, wants to see you all again. Aver stared for a long moment. Did she ask what she missed? No. Ava's jaw tightened. Then she hasn't changed. That night, as Elijah tucked Layla into bed, she whispered, if Mommy comes back, does that mean you'll go away? He nearly dropped her stuffed giraffe. No, sweetheart, he said, voice cracking. I'll never go away. But you said she loved us too. I think she does. He replied gently. But sometimes love isn't enough to stay. Layla blinked. Then why does it hurt so much? There were no answers to that. Only the delic of a decade-old wound bleeding anew. As the week closed in, everything started to fall out of sync. Ezra started acting out in class. Layla had nightmares. Aver grew quieter. Levi withdrew into his sketchbooks. And Noah, the youngest, wet the bed for the first time in over a year. Elijah couldn't ignore it anymore. The letter had done more than reopen the door. It had reopened asterisk wounds. Asterisk. He sought legal counsel. You've had sole custody for a decade, the lawyer said. She has no rights unless she petitions the court. But if she does, you'll need to be ready. Back at home, Aver was one step ahead. I found her, she said, sliding her phone across the table. She's on social media. Look at the captions. Elijah did. Each photo had smiles with strangers, but please underneath. Asterisk, asterisk, starting over. Asterisk, 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 financial help needed. Asterisk, 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 second chances. Asterisk, asterisk, there was even asterisk, asterisk, GoFundMe. Asterisk, 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 help me reunite with my kids. Asterisk, asterisk, gave her. S voice was cold. She's not coming back for us. She's coming back because she's drowning. The next day, Elijah called a private investigator. No theories, he said, just facts. In the meantime, Rowan called. The voice on the other end was soft and certain. Elijah, it's me. He didn't say a word. I just want to see them. One meeting, please. He paused, then finally said, if they don't want to see you, that's the end of it. No surprises. No pressure. She hesitated. Okay. He chose the location himself for public park by the river. Open space. Neutral ground. Aver, Levi, Ezra, Layla, and Noah stood beside him as Rowan approached. Thinner than he remembered. Her coat was too thin for the weather. Her eyes darted nervously. I've missed you, she said. No one moved. She kept talking. Something about rediscovery, about faith, about hardship. But her words, they landed like feathers on stone. Years of absence had hardened the children's hearts. Finally, Ava stepped forward. What do you want from us now? She asked. Come, clear. Rowan couldn't answer. The meeting ended without hugs, without tears, only silence. 3 days later, the private investigator called. She's drowning in debt, credit cards, eviction, 2 lawsuits. She's job hopping. The GoFundMe is real and desperate. She mentioned your name online. She thinks reconnecting with the kids will solve her problems. Elijah hung up and called a family meeting. I want you to see the truth, he said, laying out the report. No secrets. They read. They understood, and no one asked any more questions. Later that night, Elijah opened a drawer. Inside was a sealed envelope. Prepared years ago, legal documents, investments, guardianship protections, signed papers. He gathered the kids round. I've been working on this, he said, quietly. For all of you, one by one, he laid out the documents. I've adopted each of you legally. You're mine by heart, by law, by every measure that matters. Aver teared up. Ezra whispered, you didn't have to. But I did, Elijah said, because love isn't loud. Sometimes it works in silence. ***, love isn't in the promises we make, but in the promises we keep. ***, it isn't the person who leaves and comes back when they're in trouble, it's the one who stays, even when it's hard. ***, Elijah never raised his voice, never demanded credit, but he built something unshakable. ***, a family not born from ease, but from unwavering, ordinary courage. ***.